sorry, me scuzzy. This shit about the bubble jacuzzi. Told her make it a double on rocks. Need a double, I'm making a movie. Told my jeweler I need me some rocks.
I do think that in today's era, now if you were to release this back when Kanye did College Dropout, that song length would work. I do think that
it's a long song right now.
It's a tad bit long. So do I think that that's going to hurt the replayability
for sure
to an average hip hop fan of today's
bro?
era?
It will, because there's. I don't care if a song's 8 minutes long. If it warrants the 8 minutes,
yeah,
all good. There's nothing in this song that warrants it to be 4 minutes long. After that 2:30 drop, that transition there is no reason for the rest of the record. And it's not that you did anything bad. It's just you gave me a lot of the same thing I just got in the first half. So why did you double over?
Like it wasn't anything so crazy of a switch up to stick out that makes me think that could have stayed there.
Yeah,
and that needed to be there. You know what I mean?
It's like making a sandwich with 4 slices of bread. There you go. You just made a sandwich with 4 slices of bread, dog.
I definitely think I said it's a very solid record. I just think that in today's time, you have to keep a very mindful eye of the length of your song.
Hell yeah.
Pastor couldn't save us. Stomach on my back, just the thought got me fed up. I was going through the shit, the struggle made me man up. I was taught to keep my head up. Nobody never fed us. Even though we went to church, the pastor couldn't save.
I don't hate this. There's a lot of plosives. Every time there was like like say you said the word taught, like that TA, there was a huge amount of, like, you could feel and hear the wind in your breath bounce off the mic. That's what I mean by plosives. There's a lot of them. Yeah, definitely. Better mic, important. Better sound spacing, important. Better mix, important. Because what you're doing, there's quality work there. It's just not being broadcasted properly. How you feeling, E?
I agree. He had content. He was talking some shit. You definitely feel what he was saying. You can relate to it, and definitely tell he was talking about some shit that he's been through and shit like that. So, I mean, I think the content and the cadence and everything was there. It's just the mix was the downfall of the record.
Yeah.
But I definitely think there's a lot of potential there. Definitely something I'd want to hear something else from the artist. Hear what else he has to offer. That's the thing. You definitely
73.
He said we know some people's microphones are going to suck, but the thing about it is, we're not here to judge just off talent. Of course, we're going to talk about the talent, but we're also going to tell you how to take your music and make it to that promotional level or ready for release.
There's a lot of motherfuckers with there's a lot of motherfuckers with talent right now working a whole fucking 40-hour job because they didn't chase and they didn't grow and they didn't, there's like talent is one thing. Talent is talent is talent, man.
We can sit here and give everybody kudos all we want and say, oh my God, your talent's great, your potential's there. What's that going to do for the artist to help them grow? If that person wants to take their career to the next level, we're telling them the things that they can do to help get to that next level. Whether it be through mixing. Yeah, whether it be through mixing or whether it be through their artistry and stuff or management. If we see something like an album artwork or a video that's not up to their brand, we're going to point that out too. It's also all opinions too.
Yeah, it's truly all opinion. Until I talk about something that's like some shit that I know is factual, like it could be sonically in the mix or something like that. It's all opinions. But the thing is with music, the more opinions you get is easier to take into perspective where you're at with that song in particular or where you're at with this project. So get as many opinions as possible because that's what people pay for focus groups for, is to get unbiased, completely real opinions. And it's hard to come by. So don't take that for granted. And everybody that's in the community that does that every time they hear a song on here, I appreciate you. The community appreciate you. Join the Discord. Coming up next. Matter of fact,
be moving. I read it was wrong like I'm Uzi, but I never say sorry, me scuzzy. This shit about the bubble jacuzzi.
Mama crying again. they swear to God that they wanna give me time in the pen. I can't go for that little shit, nigga. I'm in this sin. I got a lawyer for the case, so y'all can suck on my dick. Yeah.
Ooh, that's sharp. That kind of
that
hurt.
was
That
was painful.
Bro, it was sharp as shit. My thing is this, bro. I know everybody's ears work differently, but how can you confidently in the studio mix that vocal without, solo that vocal out, play that, and it not hurt your spine? Like, that legitimately is like somebody's fucking, when you take acid and it feels like somebody's wringing your spine out? That fucking frequency right there, bro. It does the same thing. The same shit. It makes my back hurt. I swear to God.
That's the thing. Like, see, I don't know much about. That's one thing I never really messed with when I was still doing music and still mixing. And I never did auto tune. No, the auto tune shit. So I never. You could speak on that part of it, but the frequency just then and the volume of it.
Yeah, it was the wrong key. It might have been a major minor issue. I don't know. I don't play keys like that. And I definitely use I use help in order to find the key of my music. So right off the rip though, my ear definitely grabbed that, and I think it might have just been a major minor issue, but it was the wrong key. For sure, without a doubt.
But yeah, that frequency was brutal. And you released a music video with it.
Yeah, yeah.
So people could get to that. Like, it was solid. I mean, the record wasn't bad. And you get to that one point, like, oh my god damn, I can't do this no more. You imagine that in a car and you had that shit loud. Shoo.
I would have crashed. That's the problem. You could have killed somebody right there.
It's just the frequency is just shoo.
Hey yo.
Frequency was high pitched, dog.
Need a double, I'm making a move. Told my jeweler I need me some rocks. He deliver, he bringing them to me. Yeah, hand me the ball like I'm Rudy. Feel like I got me.
He's got us down our dead end street, so don't flinch, take it in and let them dead ends breathe. 5 will creep down the block where them dead ends meet. Same street they raised the mother, let them dead ends speak. Lord.
Yeah, the vibe is definitely there. A little bit too choked, I guess, in terms of the high pass filter. You could have left a little bit more of them low frequencies in there. It's cool. What was my other thing? I done lost my train of thought. Yeah, I know you didn't. I say it during the record. Didn't I say something else?
Phasing. Yeah,
there was some type of phasing going on in the main vocal. In the beginning, it was real wobbly. It was like bouncing off the center line. Then as the verse happened, it became more slow. But there was a phase going on heavy. And it was even there a little bit towards the end, but I think my ear just got used to it being there. Keep your main vocal center lined, bro. Don't let that do too much crazy panning. Panning is definitely used in vocals, and I hate to say it, but if you are learning, bro, stay away from panning vocals. Straight up. Because there's a whole science that goes behind that. It's not just like panning instruments. Just keep your fucking vocal mainlined. You can do enough to make your ad-libs and your backups different enough until you spend enough time to really start fucking panning things, because balance is important, and if you start to get things imbalanced, it gets ugly. So while you learn, bro, save yourself the hassle of trying to learn another thing on top of learning 5 other things. Save the panning shit until you've kicked out the fucking fundamentals. Put it like that. Because it's not like you're far off. Your sound ain't bad. It just was doing weird shit. Stay away from... Yes, just worry about fundamentals right now, bro. Straight up. Because you're talented as fuck. What you're doing in terms of the music part as an artist, you're cold, bro.
His pen's cold.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking some shit. Had the cadence down pat. Everything was down pat besides that little bit of tweaking.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit was fire.
Well, I would still go 70. I would go 75 for this. I would actually put it on SlapRadio. I'm only under SlapRadio because of the weird phasing thing, and that's never gonna go away until he makes the adjustment. So 75 for now. It definitely should. It deserves a slap radio, but it's not ready.
I agree 100%.
Put my guns in that new Call of Duty. Been the savage since I was a juvie. Guarantee you can't do that to me. All that bullshit be going right through me. Shitty sick to these colors.